Welcome to Something Crunchy. Tyler is homies with Blake. Blake is the older bro of Blair. Blair is married to Tyler and is a slutty slut.
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
What the hell is crunchy?
Welcome to Something Crunchy.
All right, back in the studio with vitamin T and hepatitis B.
Yeah.
How are we feeling tonight?
Could I be any more drunk?
Very appropriate. Well, it's been out for a week, and we laid this down a week ago so that we could come on as fresh as possible to discuss the long-awaited Friends reunion available now on HBO Max.
Heyo.
Hey.
Spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it, and if you have, it's a mixed bag.
We need to talk about it.
We got to talk about it.
Yeah.
The Friends reunion was actually several shows in one. It was a clip show, an interview show, a celebrity talking head show, and as you'd expect from a format this muddled, some of it worked better than others.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I think it's important to note, for all the hugging and all the crying, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that each of the 6 actors clocked in an eye-popping $2.5 to $3 million just for this one day of work.
Really?
One day.
I was wondering.
I mean, it's not that without the money they wouldn't have gathered anyway, but obviously in private, and it's even said in the special that they haven't all been together in a room except for once since the end of the show. So let's keep in mind, these are people who got paid a collective $15 million at least to weep, embrace, and spend this precious time together. The positives. Nostalgia packed,
Oh,
Yeah.
fun
so
memories.
good to be back.
Fun to see them together.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, it gave you the feels immediately. That intro with the beginning.
Good beginning.
Truly loved how they started that. Like,
I agree.
seeing the set, seeing each other, them being them, and like,
The initial embrace was probably the best part for me.
I agree.
And everybody was re-meeting each other again. And the hugs and the kisses were genuine. Like,
Yeah,
it was
you
like,
felt
oh,
that.
that's how friends act when they're around each other.
It was a
cool.
strong
It's a
start.
genuine family.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally liked them walking through the sets and reminiscing. That was the best
Yeah.
part. It really was.
I agree. Yeah.
Them kind of just sharing the behind the scenes stuff. We didn't get a lot of that. In what at times felt like a punishingly long recap of things that everyone already knew. There was a revelation apparently unearthed here for the first time that David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston battled with debilitating yet unconsummated crushes on each other.
I love
What?
hearing that. I literally was like, God, like, to know that Ross and Rachel truly had like just like love for each other always.
That felt like actual news.
Oh my God. But it
Yeah,
makes,
it did.
like, it felt like you really did feel that connection between them. And like, who knows what kind of like true love that is or what it is. But I'm sure they really did enjoy having like each other as that person.
Do you
Like,
think they ever, like, made out?
I mean, they said that they didn't.
But
that
to
they,
know, like,
they just
they-
only kissed on screen.
yeah. I bet David Schwimmer did not like have the balls at the time to be like, hey, Jen.
Yeah, and still,
I'd love
like, how
to, like-
surprising
Totally.
was that? Jen Ann in the 90s?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
He would be like, please, like she's going to.
He and everyone else had a crush on her.
Well, right. That's why he's like probably
Right.
didn't. But you know what? That's probably what was really nice for her is that he was like he was David Schwimmer, who was like always here for you. I always have love for you.
He recognized.
I bet he
that-
was a gentleman and like not a like dick that was like, yes, I want to fuck you, Jen. Like everyone else. So like she's probably like, thank you. And I do love you. Like, thank you for like being like such a great person to like be with for
He knew that
that
she was
long.
out of his league.
exactly.
And he's like, I love you. Everybody else does. If you want to throw me a little bone, I will certainly chew on it. But
I think that could happen now.
I don't know.
possibly, like, this could be.
She's experienced like what life is like with like different kinds of people.
with A-list.
and it's like,
grab
you know
yourself a
what if
B-list.
Ross
Be
was
happy.
truly always
Wait.
your
Schw-
lobster?
Schwimmer is an A-lister?
No.
Really?
I think he's in like high B's.
I think he
I
could,
think any of these 6 would be considered A-list.
even if it's like an A minus. Or even just like a true A.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's true. He could be I give him a 91.
Andy was kind of like the leader
you tell
of
me
the
one
show,
person
too.
that you show that picture that they don't know who that is. Celebrity status.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
They said they were all Beatles-like, and that
Worldwide
includes
acclaim.
Ross. And honestly, Ross
Celebrity.
has always been like one of my fucking favorites. And I would have like probably fangirled out if I saw David Schwimmer out somewhere. I probably would have like flashed him, like, whoa, I fucking love Ross. And like, you know,
Would you mind doing the routine?
I'm like, oh, Blake and I did the routine
Could you set me up
dance.
for some routine?
He was great. And what's up, Chicago? That was my favorite Schwimmer.
It's a good Schwimmer.
Good Schwimmer.
I prefer my Schwimmer in a breastmen format.
Yeah, that was awesome
my
too.
I don't know if you
Gosh.
remember the little gym that was breastmen.
Totally
Whoa.
True story, based out
Totally
of
forgot about
Houston, Texas.
blew my mind.
The
when he,
story
like-
behind breast implants.
Yeah, and he tatered himself into the side of the truck at the end.
That's right. In the Corvette.
Yeah,
Oh my
Ferrari?
gosh.
Double spoiler alert.
double spoil.
Spoilers on top of spoilers.
Never know what you're gonna get.
So yeah, the Ross Jennifer Aniston, that I like
That
that
was so
factor.
fun, yeah.
The bashfulness accompanied by the behind the scenes footage of them flirting like crazy with each other. That was great. The
That's
Ross
fun.
and Rachel storyline was done to death on Friends, so it's lovely to know that it was rooted from something real.
For sure.
I liked all the behind the scenes stories, like
Yeah.
the few that we got, like Matt's dislocated shoulder and why he had to wear that sling. Like that,
I
Yeah,
that
that
love
was cool.
those
That was cool.
tidbits,
That was cool.
yes.
that was cool. He dislocated his shoulder, like doing a take too many times, jumping on the couch in a very memorable episode.
Of remembering him in the sling, 100%.
He was in
Like,
it for like a season. It was like annoying how long he was in that sling.
Really?
But it was like, yeah.
He fucked
for a
himself
reason.
up good, and
Yeah.
he tried to put it back in around the corner, and it didn't go.
Is that
well.
what happened when he was
don't
like,
know.
oh?
Yeah, he tried to put that shit back in himself.
Ooh.
He probably tried to do something
"I'm
to get
okay."
it back
Yeah.
and was
And he
like, oh, just kidding. No,
Fucked
it's
it up
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Well, what else did you like about it?
I mean, they did the whole modeling of the clothes. And I kind of wish they would have done that more in like,
The modeling of Ross's clothes.
yeah, I mean, it was more like Ross's costumes. Here's like the armadillo and like the whole Justin Bieber thing. Mom was like, who is that? That's not Justin Bieber. That doesn't look, who is that? But I thought that they could have done some other fun looks, but I loved like that part of it for a second. But again, the beginning was like my favorite. I thought Lisa Kudrow was great.
Lisa Kudrow is always
Just
great.
like her
That's
being
cool.
her when they were reading I love the table reads because that was kind of fun to see them go back and you realize how fun Ross is and how fun Phoebe is, or David and Lisa. They are such characteristic, and Chandler, they are such like true characters, and to see them act and do their faces and stuff like that, like
That was
they
fun.
really are so fun.
Lisa is the only of the friends that I've met, and she was just the nicest person
So jealous.
ever. Like, just one of the coolest people that you can meet. Just so sweet,
Love
so nice,
that.
even nicer and cooler than what you would expect. Just so awesome. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
And some of it was truly dismal. Like, did you know that Kit Harington sees himself as a Monica? Did you also know that David Beckham sees himself as a Monica? BTS likes Friends? No way!
Yeah.
So we got a lot of that.
How many people
Yeah.
can we pay to get on here to say they used to love some part of Friends that everybody else can relate with? Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like the James Corden part. That we'll get on that in a minute.
You didn't like that from fucking Jump Street, though.
I didn't.
Like you
I
said,
feel like this isn't a personal thing. Do you just not like how it was like
Yeah.
a host situation with that, or you just
Well,
wish it was more them?
What was disappointing about the reunion is that it refuses to sit with the dynamic of what made the show. And instead, they just kind of spent time on the one thing absolutely no one needs, like a retrospective extravaganza looking back at Friends. Anytime it was starting to get real or have like a more touching moment, like let's take shelter in something completely familiar, more clip show. Like,
Yeah,
of an hour
I get
and
that.
what, 15 minutes long, we
Yep.
got at least 30, 40 minutes of shit we've already seen and clips. And I mean, so we've all seen the show. It's on Netflix. People still have the DVDs.
course.
It's on TV every single day. The show is also released now on HBO Max. We didn't need all the clips. While on the subject of spending time on nothing new, the stories about how Aniston and Perry and how they both were cast when they had other shows that they might end up on, that's been told and told and told. The way that none of them were famous, but the way Cox had been in the Bruce Springsteen video, told. The way Monica and Joey were originally going to be a couple, told.
Yes.
While producers Kevin Bright, Marta Kaufman, and David Crane offer some memories, they're largely the same memories that they've offered over and over and over again.
So you just got no new nothing
cash grab.
new. Like what
Big
do you want?
old bag of money waiting for them to grab.
It was. Now, let's get to James Corden. I mean, why do people keep having him host these things? He just seems particularly soul-sucking in just that phone-it-in mode. Whenever he's moderating that conversation, the questions were lame. There was just no spontaneity. He came off as a man reading off cards for money.
And he literally had cards that he was reading off
Yeah.
of for money. Like, know your lines, dude.
Like just,
I mean, the only funny thing was the way to keep it positive comment.
yes,
Like
that
was
funny.
fun and kept
That was,
it like more real and
that
like,
was a glimpse into what like something off the
Like,
cuff
more
and
of
like
that,
real
please.
can be. Like yes, it just didn't have to be so. I mean, like I saw right away when he asked all 6 of them a question, but all 5 heads turned to Lisa as if like, okay, we're gonna ask this, and so like it was just rehearsed. They knew what they were gonna do. They knew what questions were gonna be asked, and they knew who was gonna answer that question.
Yeah.
And that kind of came off obvious. You know, so they spent so much time emphasizing the series' cultural and global significance and bringing in random celebs to vouch for the show as if their fandom somehow speaks to the show's value. Popular people endorsing a popular thing makes them both more popular. Seriously, why was David
like
Beckham on here?
Yeah, like we already love the show. Like we're here for the show. Like awesome. That's great that you like it as well.
Wait, hold on. There's other people that you know that also
Everybody
like that
likes
show.
the fucking show. We know David Beckham likes the show. Of course he does.
They hit the big 3. They got Beckham, they got BTS, and they got
The Biebs?
and
Beebs.
was he on there?
Bieber?
I missed
Oh,
it.
he
I
was in the fashion show.
I
You
was
missed
taking
that
the
one.
dog for a piss outside during
Didn't
that.
say a single word, dressed as a potato, did a little dance and got out of there.
Well, there you go.
Sputnik,
That's
but yeah.
between those 3 folks on Instagram, you got the entire population of Instagram.
Oh no, HBO Max was trying to max it out with their popularity potential.
Just in case we don't have everyone here locally, let's go globally. with
Oh yeah,
BTS.
we definitely make sure to get that.
Damn it.
No, like we get it.
We've
Of
been
course.
had.
It's like so weird. Like it's like if you met anyone and be like, hey, you like Friends? Like I don't even need your answer. Like, of course you've seen the fucking show. Yes, I know you love one of them more. Who is it?
Everyone's seen Friends.
Everyone loves it.
I feel like this thing could have been placed on Bravo for free.
Totally.
And,
Oh, definitely.
and everybody could have just taken a nod to how great Friends was for everybody in the world. Like, it meant a lot to a lot of people. It was
Agree.
like, it was one of those, shoulders to cry on for a lot of folks that didn't have any fucking friends.
TBS plays Friends like 20 of the 24 hours a day. Netflix paid like a fortune to play Friends. Like,
Definitely
why-
surprised
like,
HBO
people-
Max did this kind of thing.
People are gonna buy HBO just so that they could watch this thing, and I don't think it's worth that. I can completely agree with the biscuits over here. That could have totally been on Bravo, something cable.
Something network. They could have released
Yeah,
that
I
on
see that.
NBC. It should have been on NBC.
I mean, obviously you get HBO Max is like, yeah, we're gonna take this one and like,
it'll be out on NBC sometime
of
soon.
course.
I think so.
I'd actually would be intrigued to see the numbers on that HBO Max. Let me know. Let me see the numbers.
Well, it did because he kind of made it like a pay-per-view type of like. You gotta be privileged to
Well,
Part of the
right.
club.
see that reunion.
One of the chosen
Which
ones.
is tough because, like, again, everyone loves Friends. Everyone wants to see this reunion, and not everyone can get HBO Max right now.
A lot of it felt kind of desperate or just talk about this and I'm sure they'll love it. So much emphasis is placed on like the superficial, super stage moments. The
Yeah.
look, Joey and Chandler are sitting in their chairs again. So I made very little room for genuine thought.
True.
And the producers were far too happy to have an ex-cast member show their face without even saying much of anything. Like Elliot Gould you just deserved better.
That was like the most heartfelt moment of the entire thing.
And he said nothing. Like, that was just, man, they could have done a lot more with the people that they even had available who were willing to
Yes.
participate.
Agree. I wish they all had a little bit more time.
Live in audience.
Even if they didn't, like James Michael Tyler, who played Gunther, outside of the Core Six, he appeared in most Friends episodes.
Absolutely.
And he was only allowed to wave at the group from a video conference call and tell them how great they look.
Yeah.
Snuffed.
Like,
You know, he was there every day on set because they had to have Gunther there probably the entire
they kept
time.
Gunther in a closet.
What
They
about-
did. You know they did.
Poor Gunther. What about Giovanni Ribisi?
Where was he at?
Where was he?
Where was Paul Rudd? Where
He was in a
like,
dozen sods. Like,
Hank Azaria?
Hank
yeah,
Azaria.
he was in dozen sods too.
The hell?
He in Yemen.
They had Tom Selleck pop through the door without
Yeah.
saying one word about Richard. He was there for like a second.
Yeah, I could have been there longer.
Rita Card.
Janice.
Maggie Wheeler, who plays Janice, she gets to perch on the edge of the iconic sofa for 1 full minute while
Phil's
Corden
like,
waits
"Thanks."
impatiently for her to do the voice already so they can move on.
Yeah.
That was just. And then there's just what made us so angry. We collectively cringed. The treatment of one Mr. Larry Hankin.
Larry.
I mean, how do you not remember Mr. Heckles?
Couldn't get
Everyone
his
knows Mr.
fucking
Heckles.
name right.
They still knew him, and they just couldn't think of the character's name. But
Yeah,
still,
they knew it was, they
but
knew it was
still.
Larry Hankin. They said
Yes,
his name.
Lisa Kudrow did even say, she was like, I said
like,
Larry
it's
Hankin.
Larry. Like they,
But they
like,
couldn't remember Mr.
they couldn't
Heckles.
remember Mr.
Not one
Heckles.
of the 6.
which is strange.
Everyone remembers Mr. Heckles. And
Who-
Larry looked fantastic.
If he did, go Larry.
He delivered that line too.
He sure did.
Hell yeah. And I was like, and then I
You owe me a
needed
cat and a
more
waffle.
Hankin in my life for sure.
I wish it would have been more real, like the Fresh Prince reunion was. Like the Fresh
Oh.
Prince reunion leaned into the show's
Yeah.
biggest controversy.
Yeah.
The acrimonious exit of Janet Hubert, the first Aunt Viv, and
Aunt Viv.
how
situation-
hurt and angry she was privately and publicly at Will Smith. Like,
Oh my God, juice!
I mean,
like
that was-
new
yes.
stuff. Like
Some
you
people
said,
f-
we heard everything already. Like
yes. And some people found Smith's apology more satisfying than others, but at least they sat with the discomfort of it. Like, it just would have been perfectly okay for this group to say, like, you know, I'm so uncomfortable now when I think about some of the comedy that we did. But unfortunately, there's no way to set a network of characters that would be this white and straight in 2021 or what have you. But they didn't. They don't.
they should have had the red table talk.
It was a
like
choice.
Fresh Prince.
Yes, just
Yeah.
like, oh man, can you believe we did that? Like, that was stupid. And it got a bit sappy towards the end. I'm not sure anyone needed the climactic weep reel soundtracked by what can only be described as a friend's gone in memoriam. That was just made unnecessarily sad.
It
Yeah, it
was
was.
like, yes, a bit depressing. And where it's like, it was a feel good show. Like,
And they even, what was it, Jennifer
Of course.
Aniston, who was like, or Courtney Cox, one of them was like, yeah, and we're not doing this again. We're not doing this in another 17 years.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
never happening again.
$5 million.
Yeah,
At
the
least
$3 million
double.
is going to get me here again with you people. Don't you call me again.
Not double digits. I'm not interested.
No, seriously.
All right, so who do you think looked the best?
Ooh. I don't know, because I kind of have like a mixed bag of feelings on that in itself. Because part of me, like, it just was great to see all of them, truly. Like, you do remember how great each of their characters were. I think some of them have, like, been a little bit rougher on themselves.
Yeah.
I-
Schwimmer probably looked best of the guys, I think.
I
And-
agree.
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc was cute, too.
Well, Blair, who was most bangable of the three guys
Oh. See,
at current state.
And didn't
see,
Chandler
that changes everything.
Matthew Perry had a little dental work, I hear, and that's why his speech was a little slurred.
right.
Is that right?
That's
Is that-
right.
Okay.
Everyone like flipped out like a few days ago when that video came out of him promoting the reunion, and it was going around on social media. It seemed like he was slurring his words, and everyone just jumped right away all over him that he must be up to no good. And
Oh, that sucks.
he just had emergency dental surgery.
Well,
like,
yeah, 'cause
earlier
he was
that
truly
day.
with it.
Didn't like and still came and showed up to the interview to like help promote, even though he could hardly talk and had like surgery
That's
earlier
actually
that
pretty
day.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes and bangs on him like he's fucked
Hammered
up.
Well, you
again.
try and go
Yeah.
be like, hey, and like, be all Chandler
Half
with
of his
like,
face was all swollen. You
Yeah.
could tell he
Yeah.
couldn't like move his bottom jaw.
honestly, I thought
when
he
he
looked a
showed
lot
up.
better than I thought he was going to look potentially. Like, I was actually like kind
I
of
haven't
like,
seen him in a minute. I didn't
Well,
know what to
no.
expect.
it's like how every season on Friends, you didn't know how Chandler was going to look, or like, I honestly didn't want to see him all like skin and bones. Like, I thought he looked healthier than
Yeah.
I'd seen him before.
Yeah,
like,
they all look healthy and good.
I mean, I thought Courtney
Yeah,
Cox,
good.
like, although has chilled out on the work, there was
Yikes.
still too much work. Like, you see the seasons in first season, Courtney Cox is like,
There's still a Courtney Cox in there somewhere.
I just
And-
need
and
dig
she's,
her
and she's
out.
so pretty.
Yeah.
She scored. They're all again like they all look great to me. I think Lisa Kudrow.
Oh, she looked great.
She was so cute. I mean, Jennifer Aniston's still so hot.
There's a team of people keeping her hot though.
That's true.
So
I
Tyler,
agree.
who did it for you the most in the 90s and who looks best today?
I don't know. That's tough.
It is a tough question.
Aniston's always been one of my faves. I've always
Yeah.
picked her over Angelina Jolie. It was
Of
always that was like always the comparison.
Of
My
course.
time was
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's wives. Who was hotter? I was Team Aniston. I felt like she was gonna hold up better, and boy was I right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, she was
was
like the
I right?
fun one.
Bet on the right horse there, buddy.
I did. But this one, I'd stick it in Kudrow.
Yes.
Yeah. See, I feel like
Blast.
Monica was most relatable.
Yeah.
Rachel was the best fit, and Phoebe would be like best friend. Like
Yeah.
best did like
Yeah.
most compatible.
Fuck, Mary, kill, go.
Ooh, fuck Mary Kill.
Whoa.
Shit. That's tough. I guess for like that exact same reason. I showed my work ahead of time.
Yeah.
You really did. But
You
Put it in
fuck
order.
Jen, marry Lisa, and kill Courtney.
There you go.
makes sense.
That's it. Wow, I feel so good about myself. Like, when you just know when you got the right answer.
That was the correct answer. I agree.
If you could just see the look on his face right now, he's just beyond
Gleaming
proud.
with pride.
Yeah.
B,
You're
you get
glowing.
an A+ on that test. Good job.
So which friend today would be most fun to have a sesh with?
Talking
Lisa.
fuck sesh, or are you talking smoke sesh? What kind of sesh you talking?
Tyler's like, we haven't moved on. Hold on.
I was thinking of smoke sesh, and then he said fuck sesh, and I said Lisa, and I was like, wow, that could be taken a whole lot of ways.
Oh, that's good. Well, I think
What were
both.
you? Well, now
Both.
clarify, because now I don't
meant
know.
smoke sesh, but
Okay.
but now I want you to answer both.
Everyone. Tyler, who you having a smoke sesh with? Who you banging?
I'm smoking with Matthew Perry after his dental surgery is like calmed down.
Yeah.
I don't want him to get, dry sockets or nothing. But yeah, I'm smoking with MP, and I'm gonna ask him about like the dark days,
Oh yeah, for
Ooh.
sure.
and I'm gonna record it and release it like Steve-O stories. I feel like
Yeah.
he's got some shit to tell.
He does, and I bet it's dark and
Poor guy. He's
Yeah.
always working for.
But
the
you know
laugh.
what? He's dug himself out of like
Yes,
crazy
awesome.
situations.
Absolutely.
And he was there to like have fun and be a part. And like, I'm glad to see Matthew Perry at tonight's reunion.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
So like, fuck yeah.
And who am I banging? I mean, I'd take the three of them. I feel like I could service
You're
the
feeling
bunch.
all of
I
them.
could service the bunch. I'm gonna single anyone out.
Just make them into a friend sandwich, all three ladies. And no, I'm still a Jennifer fan.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
Who would be the most fun for a night out?
See, it depends. Like now and then again is like totally different. You asked me back then, like I probably would have said Matthew Perry back then because it would have been just like he was like such a fun personality. Matthew Perry made me laugh. I feel like harder like than a lot. Like he's like my kind of be like I feel like a night out with him would be amazing. Banging. Can I mix too?
Yeah, you can mix too.
Oh no, this is a smoke sesh now.
No, this is
I just asked you for a fun night out, but
fun night out.
I want to know about your smoke sesh. You didn't get to answer that question.
I don't know. I feel like
I asked you about a fun night out, and she's just talking about banging. She's like,
Whoa.
who'd be most fun
What
for a
kind
night
of club
out?
we going to here?
Well, I'd play with his nuts, tug on his peen for a bit, and cuddle with this guy actor.
Yeah. Blair,
I said he was funny and he made me laugh.
tug, suck, cuddle, go.
Tug and Perry, sucking the blog.
Tug and Perry.
Sorry, Schwimmer.
Cuddle and schwims.
You know he's a great cuddler.
Hug for you,
Yeah.
cuddle for her. He's an expert cuddler. Great answer. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Matt LeBlanc for me is like night out, you know.
See, and that's why that's how I feel about a
For
sesh.
sure.
I think like who would be most fun to like sit on that couch with
Matt
and
LeBlanc
smoke?
would laugh
it would
so
it would
hard.
be to sit on the couch in between Lisa Kudrow and Matt
Lisa
LeBlanc.
was my
Yeah.
pick for that. Like I
Lisa
want to
and
hear
Matt
them laugh
LeBlanc
and
would
just
be
have fun with
so
me.
fun just to like have
That's the
30
energy
minutes
you want.
to get baked with.
Yeah.
Agree.
But at the same time, David Schwimmer
oh,
is funny. Like, so David Schwimmer,
agree.
I will say this.
He's ironically funny.
For watching Friends for the 20 whatever years
Yes.
it's been on, I couldn't stand his character. He was my least favorite of the Friends by a long shot, like watching the
At the
show
time.
as it aired at the time. And now when I watch back, like at any of them, he's the funniest one. Like he's the best actor, and he's the
standout.
one that makes me laugh the most. It's weird. It's just it's very strange.
No, knowing you though, that does also make complete sense because I feel like Blake is like we're all a mix of Friends
Yeah,
characters,
of
but
course.
I
Everyone
do
has
see
their
Ross,
combo.
I do see Chandler. You're smallest bit of Joey because you're more of
Yeah.
like those, and definitely a lot of Monica.
Definitely a lot of
Heavy on the Monica.
Heavy on the Monica.
2 scoops of Monica.
Who are you?
I was gonna say Tyler's probably 2 scoops.
He's
Kudrow,
a Chandler.
with like a little bit of Chandler.
You're very dynamic.
I feel like I'd take like a half a scoop from everyone
Yeah,
and make
a little half a scoop.
like 12 scoops.
So, which character outside of the main 6 made you laugh the most?
Ooh.
Ribisi.
Yeah,
By
good
far.
answer.
That guy is like, I could watch him do anything. He's my favorite actor. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
He's gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it right
Most
now.
underrated
Giovanni
actor?
Ribisi is my favorite actor.
Whoa!
Oh!
Bomb has been
Wow!
dropped. Wow! My mind is blown. Ribisi, coming for you, buddy.
Breaking news!
You.
Holy shit! We have a favorite.
Wow.
my
Bold statement.
That
Bomb.
is
Wow.
laying it down tonight. Shit is getting serious.
Now you're about 7 or 8 deep. I'm going to remind you. You said that in the morning. Like, what?
But you know
Giovanni,
what?
who?
No.
No, I
No,
think he
no.
would totally
Yeah, I'll back that
wholeheartedly
up.
agree with
I'll
this.
No,
back that.
Tyler shows his work with how often he does the Giovanni Ribisi dance from Ted.
Yes, which is like spot on.
Now everyone should be doing this in their spare time. I do it frequently, but no one can do it outside of the Ribisi like Tyler. Tyler's 6'10" frame.
It looks
Just-
like it's a wave in motion, baby.
It's-
love to ride
it's
that
a-
wave.
It's a sight to see. I'm going to see if we can't get that recorded and put on social media for you.
It's actually already on our Instagram. You can see at least a review.
At least a part of it.
We'll have the
that's a
Tyler
modified. I know what you're
reenactment.
talking about. That's a modified version of it.
No, we'll make Tyler do.
I got a
good-
Capri Sun in the fridge. I can make it happen.
It's always with the Capri Sun. He never does it without the Capri Sun.
You can't do it without the Capri Sun.
You got to have the straw. That's funny. So Ribisi, good answer. I mean, Paul Rudd. He was
Love
a
Paul
staple
Rudd.
character.
Yeah, it's good.
I did think I was glad that you brought up Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria.
He's a like Minsk and like his character, like Hank Azaria. I think first off, we're just talking about all sorts of like crazy, awesome, underrated actors right now.
Uh-oh.
I know. Yep. Blake, can you drop it for me? Hank Azaria, favorite actor.
Whoa! You guys are drunk. You guys are drunk. No, those are two great actors.
Throwing out some wild calls right
You
now.
see Hank Azaria's work, and you tell me that he doesn't fucking put a smile on your face.
He's the
I
best
love
Hank
Hank
Azaria.
Azaria.
He's
I
the
love
best
Hank
character
Azaria.
actor of
Thank
all
you.
time.
You
in
look
my
up
book.
that IMDb, and you don't say, "Oh my god, I fucking love Hank Azaria."
Yeah.
Just
Dude.
from Simpsons and Friends alone, like, love Hank Azaria.
Don't even like talk about Birdcage or like anything else.
Yeah,
Like,
Agador
50
Spartacus.
other things.
Or
Brockmire.
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 I mean, Larry, obviously. And,
Larry.
so for me, it's Larry and Elliot Gould. Elliot Gould's just comedy royalty.
He was
He's
so
good. My little harmonica.
Blake has said that to me so many times.
He has so many funny lines and just so likable while being such a shitbag.
Oh
Like,
my god.
His
Terrible.
character was such a piece of shit in both of them. And he was so likable. Like, just, that's so hard to do. It's so hard to do.
Agree.
I'm a real piece of shit, and I don't think I could be anywhere near as likable as he.
He does it with
Oh,
grace.
it's so good.
Oh my god.
When they spoke,
No, but her voice and him together, they were such a great mom and dad.
They
Casting, can I just say, like, and my hands up are for you casting. Y'all were amazing, picking out every fucking character. Guests were on point, always. Like, they knew what they were doing in and out of there. Janice,
Even Janice.
everyone made such a good impact, and you truly love like every fucking person on there. Fucking friends.
Fucking friends. Yeah, I wish we could have had some like John Favreau and like
Oh,
Bruce
they missed
Willis.
so
and
many
Yeah.
of the good guests. Julia Roberts.
just some of those like lower hanging fruit ones that they should have been able to get. They just, I don't know. So what are we giving this thing? I'm thinking like a
C minus.
a C minus to C plus. That's where I'm at.
I'm more of a B minus because it did tug at my heartstrings.
They had a
Dave-
fashion show. Blair was like,
I know.
No, I actually
Without
liked
the fashion show, she'd be
No,
right
I
in that
actually
boat.
wanted more from the fashion show because I love seeing it's
the
like when
Ross
you-
Geller fashion show.
Right. Like, I love going to the Met and seeing like amazing like pieces from different episodes and things. Like, I would have even loved like Ross's other or like tucks from this episode, or the armadillo was like funny, but we didn't need like all the costumes. Like,
We could have just switched it up like a little bit.
just
right.
like a little bit. There was a
Okay.
couple things like I get what they were trying to do, and I loved that. I loved the game. Wish it wasn't pushed so hard. Wish it was like so much shorter and just done quick.
Yeah,
And, like,
them not knowing what they were going to do and trying to do all of these different ways and throwing it into an hour
Yeah.
dropped a grade for me. James Corden, grade dropped. Just that awkward exchange with Lady Gaga and Lisa
was
doing
Lisa
Smelly
just like
Cat.
not prepared, or like was she just like Phoebe and just being like, oh, like it should have just been me? But yeah, I actually kind of like what she was like. I thought it was better when I just sang it myself. But yeah,
It's true. It would just seem
although I love Lady Gaga.
awkward and forced and strange, and it's all Blair's fault. So yeah, Friends, the reunion premiered Thursday, May 27th on HBO Max. Definitely do see it. Definitely do not buy HBO for it.
Totally.
All right, so we've had Friends, the reunion now. We've had the Fresh Prince reunion. They've even just straight rebooted shows from our childhood.
Yeah,
Constantly. Boy Meets
Fuller
World,
House.
Fuller House, Punky
Yeah.
Brewster, Saved
We're all
by the
back.
Bell. Even Roseanne got Das Boot. Which other shows are worthy of a boot or at least deserve a reunion special?
Home Improvement.
Wow.
Yes, thank
Wow.
you.
Well done. Yes.
I mean, those boys do not know how to fix a fucking thing. We need to be following them as they have their own families and fuck shit up.
Oh, that's so true. That's a good one. How do we feel about like some Arrested Development
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
reunion special?
Now that's a fucking fun reunion.
Like
That's a
they
fun
did
cast.
kind of like a mini reboot, but it didn't work because half of what they used was old stuff,
Right.
and they couldn't get more than 2 actors in the same room at the same time.
Which
so
they
like,
still like wouldn't be able to do.
yes,
so.
but they could do like a reunion special, and I would think it would be cooler than how they did this one.
Yeah.
All right, what about a Married with Children?
Oh,
Reunion
give the people what
special.
they want.
Give the people what
Oh
they
my
want.
god, I would definitely. I buy HBO Max for that. Fuck. Fuck. You know they're gonna do it again.
I'd buy HBO Max for that.
And it's going to be $26.95 this time.
I'm gonna fucking upgrade for that shit. 'Cause I would. I would for that Married with Children. I need all of them, and they're all still like going. I've even seen what
They
they've
are.
been doing.
Okay,
but, like,
here's
to
an
get
idea. What if-
Together, ooh.
I've hung out with Dave Faustino, coolest guy ever.
Bud
Andy's
Bundy.
on our list. We're gonna get him on here. Bud, we shall have.
I will do that all
Bud,
day.
we shall-
Fucking love.
What if they just like revised that show as the new sequel to Modern Family?
They should. Like, it's just. I mean, they should reboot it if they could. It would be an instant success.
It
All of them are
would.
so great.
Yeah.
The only person that wouldn't work still, unfortunately, is
Christina
Christina
Applegate.
Applegate. Like, even though she's like still hot and could be awesome, and
So
they would be
cute.
different, but she could not play the same dynamic where everyone else.
That character.
She couldn't play the same
She's
character.
in such a different place. Yeah, it'd be.
Everyone else could kind of fall into character, and I don't think she could.
She can be like mom of 6.
Mom of the next character
Yeah.
to do that.
But she has like 6 kids, and like the kids are the focus,
No, I'm with you.
you know?
She was kind of fun in like
Synthetic reboots.
Vacation. You know, when she did the whole
Yes. Yes.
like college thing, and she chugged the beer and like did the whole thing. Like that was kind of
Fell on her face in the act.
yeah.
She's a good enough actress where I'm sure they can make it work.
Totally.
They'd all have to be motivated, and they would need that like $3 million a piece per episode kind of money.
Give it to him.
Freaks and Geeks, sweet reunion special there.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Everybody turned into huge megastars from that
Yes.
fucking show.
Yes.
Everybody.
Who was like the like original core of that? It was Jason Segel, Seth
Rogen, James Franco, Linda
Yes.
Cardellini. Then you had Martin Starr, and the other guys.
And
You
all the rest
know.
of the guys that were
It-
in
you know,
everything,
Everything
that you've ever
else.
seen.
that would be a good one just for the star power alone. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we need a where are they now? Everyone fucking knows where they are now. But a cool reunion special that could be. And same with maybe like a Third Rock from the Sun or the Wonder Years. Maybe not
I'm actually
as
surprised
huge
the
as
Wonder
explosive.
Years hasn't.
I know. Just the Daniel Stern factor alone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm HBO Max got me again.
HBO Max. HBO Max.
Goddamn. Need it in my veins.
They're going to be part of a compilation at some point.
You think?
That's going to be like, you know, HBO Max presents the 80s, and it's going to be that show and all the things that they can't do a full hour on.
Ooh,
They'll
they do
do-
like a tri-piece.
Yeah.
I want like some Who's the Boss and
Growing Pains.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll do like a little threesome up there.
Yeah.
all right, we've done this before, but I want to talk about like straight reboots. That was a reunion special.
Yeah.
Now let's get into reboot. First
Okay.
one, Oz. Talk about it all the time. Oz reboot
Oh
that shit
my
right now.
God.
HBO. Like we
It
talk
was
about you all
already,
fucking
like,
night.
so
Where are
well
you?
done at the time. I can't imagine like with taking like how like whoa they were back then.
It could
What
be
they can do now would
Damn.
be like just
You could
like,
bring back some characters. You could leave off characters
I don't
because
know
it
if
would
people
work
are
either
ready
way.
for that, but that would be the
Mm.
best thing ever.
I could see some boots for Nip Tuck.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah.
my god!
Or-
People would like just
Mm-hmm.
die for some
Mhm.
those Nip Tuck parties. I had like never seen anything happen until like Nip Tuck parties happened. Like that became like a fucking thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna get fucking crazy at Nip Tuck party
Mm-hmm.
tonight at Friday." Like, oh.
Perfect peen.
You know, shit got weird at those
perfect
parties.
kid.
Yes, like I don't know what it was about that show that made people get so fucking weird. I mean, I loved it, obviously.
I could use some more entourage.
Oh,
Like either in the form of a reunion special and or
I need an Ari Gold
Well, they did a
like
movie.
spin-off.
They
Did
could
the
do a
movie.
sequel to the movie.
No.
sequel to the movie would be all right. Ari Gold spin-off.
Yeah.
spin-off.
That's how you take
needs
care
to
of that,
happen.
yeah.
Hi, I'm writing the show. If you need us, I'll be
And-
over here like writing the spin-off for
Vince was a
Entourage.
bitch. Like, and that guy barely fucking worked.
You
Like,
know who's not
Who?
a bitch? Ari Gold.
Ari Gold.
Yeah, if Ari represented Mark Wahlberg like he should have instead of Vince's character playing Mark Wahlberg, like, that's a whole other story.
No, that could have gone so much. Jeremy Piven,
I
that's one of my
him
favorite
all day.
characters.
A couple more I thought of, more in like the MTV kind of variety.
Ooh.
Daria would kill it today. I'm just saying.
My
Daria
God,
wasn't good
Blake.
for the time, but it would be smashing it today.
It's like
Daria Morgendorfer
Daria, the like animated MTV show,
who are you
like
seeing-
that came on
who are you
exactly.
seeing playing Daria?
no, the same thing. Keep it animated. Like bring it back, just the show.
Just like a real.
Then where the fuck is Doug? If we're just like bringing shit back, like where the fuck is Doug?
Like where's the Doug? They're bringing back Rugrats has been redone. It's remade, and now it's like
Pickles
now
is
it's
coming back.
Oh, it's like 3D now, and like back for the new generation.
By the way, speaking of that, it blew my fucking mind watching What Devil's Rejects, and all of a sudden, like, I hear the voice of Tommy Pickles, and she like comes down the stairs in these like bra and pants. She's like this like leader of the whorehouse and Devil's Rejects. I'm like, that's the voice of Tommy fucking Pickles. Like, literally mind blown. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Who's the kid with the red hair? Chucky.
Chuck. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same voice as Bart Simpson.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Man, she's working.
And Lois in Family Guy has been all over Disney Channel that I had no idea. Like Lizzie McGuire movie. I was like, what?
Lois? And said it before. I'll say it again. Celebrity Deathmatch. Bring it back.
Oh my God. How many times do we need to talk about Celebrity Deathmatch before it like comes back?
Hold on. I've heard rumors that they are bringing it back on another network.
Whoa.
Won't come back. What was it? MTV USA? Who has Celebrity Deathmatch?
MTV.
I think it was MTV.
Yeah.
MTV is not the one to bring it back.
They're not bringing it back, but I think someone else is bought the rights to it once that death match.
What is that
Totally.
going to be on?
I don't know.
Could be USA.
But if they need some ideas,
I have a nomination.
We did a whole episode for
Oh,
Celebrity
we got like
Deathmatch.
lists of ideas for Celebrity Deathmatch.
What about Big Break?
Ooh.
Can we get it back?
Oh my God. Okay.
Now, for those who know Big Break on the Golf Channel,
Sucked me in.
what a tit show that was.
Sure was.
Man, there wasn't any competition show as like
Fuck.
addicting as that was.
Yeah.
I loved that Big Break.
It was for big stakes. Like they didn't get, $1 billion for winning, but they got a sponsor's exemption onto a tour that could change their entire family's life.
The hardest, like, it is so hard to just like get on tour.
That wasn't for milk
To
money.
get a ticket.
That was for heavy
huge.
cream.
The golden fucking
4%.
ticket. No, Big Break got me. Like, I mean, I like watching golf, but Big Break, like, I was into like every fucking wall. I was like, y'all fucking get it. I know you can chip better than this. Get the fuck over that wall.
Break the
Like, I would like
glass.
get like into
Let's
stuff.
go.
Break the fucking glass.
I blew half of my GI Bill on the Golf Academy because of the Big Break.
It got you good.
I was like, this shit's tits.
I can do this. I want to break it.
That's great. Well, before we go, let's spin that track of the week. Wanted a 90s feel to go with our vibe tonight.
Oh, need it.
Out of Tom's River, New Jersey, this is Alex Julia with What's Going On.
Escape
All right. Very nice. What's Going On is from the debut EP Better Part of Me. This alt-rock song features the artist Gene to help tell the story of a despairing breakup, and they recently posted a trippy animated music video on YouTube. Check out that awesome video and the other tracks by Alex Julia. Thank you for the submission, and keep sending those crunchy jams to somethingcrunchy@gmail.com. 8080's Dream Car giveaway number 47 for a Lamborghini Huracan plus $60,000 cash is going on right now. They are offering double the entries, meaning every dollar you spend gives you not one, but two entries into the Dream Car giveaway action. You can find 8080's link on somethingcrunchy.com, where you will also find every episode, our links for social media, and the Almighty Crunch Store, where you will find all kinds of crunchy gear showing that you are a proud citizen of Crunch Nation. The Something Crunchy Facebook group is a charitable, kind, and loving community of degenerates posting the nastiest things they could find on the web, and it remains the most fun that you can have with your pants on. Come back later today because we have an awesome surprise for y'all this week. Not only are we releasing 2 episodes today, but the second one will be joined by a cast member from Friends who also appeared on the reunion. We are so very honored to call a friend of our show, Mr. Larry Hankin.
Yeah!
So come back later today, but for now, this has been another episode of Something Crunchy. And as always, don't ever forget to live your crunchiest life.
And be crunchy to one another.
Please don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and all that crunchy good shit. Thank you for listening.
Spoilers on top of spoilers.
Never know what you're gonna get.
Before we get into it, I think it's appropriate. I think it's appropriate.
Cleaning them out. Mm-hmm. Let me get my line ready.
Shit. Did I say that right or did I fuck it up?
That was good.
Okay. Ha!